When I forget to do this, forget to do that, I feel my life is very disorganized. My life is already a
mess.
I don't want my time management to be a mess also. Hello everybody, this is your host Bao. You may have noticed that my background is a little bit different. This will be my accommodation for the next 1 hour. I'm actually checking out right now. I'm just traveling and this is one of the motels. When I was younger, I just feel like my memory was great. And then as I grow older, I just kind of feel like my memory is just like it's really deteriorating, right? My family has always been the kind that really has bad memory. My dad always comes up with random techniques to make sure that we remember things. For example, in one of my previous videos, I talked about a habit that I've had since young is every time I vacate a place after eating, after, like on the train or anything, I always make it a point to look back. After I've stood up, then I'll look back at the seat to see if I have left anything behind. Like a final check thing. Or after I have checked out of a room, I do like a final check. This is so important for not really forgetfulness but carelessness. So that is one of the methods to counter. So apparently even Einstein has said before that
never memorize anything that you can find.
If Einstein said it, this is the person who came out with E equals MC squared. He's actually famous for having a bad memory. I'm not sure if it's accurate. If there are things that you can look up, why do you have to remember it? Your brain can be used for more important things like thinking. I'm sure his memory is bad. That's why he has to come up with this saying, right? I have to subscribe to whatever he's saying because I have a bad memory. So even if I tried, I will definitely not remember anything. That's it. I've seen people with amazing memory. So if they want to remember to do something at 10 AM tomorrow, they really remember to do it. I'm always so blown away by these people. I just don't understand how, because my brain just doesn't work that way. In this video, I will be talking about how to remember everything, even though you have the shittest memory. I have read that there are things that you can do to improve your memory, like brain foods, eating walnuts, blueberries, playing those brain games to improve your IQ, your memory, and also meditation. There was a period of time when I was eating blueberries by the handful every day, and look where it got me. Beautiful skin, no beautiful brain. I'll just be talking about how by using effort and being smart about your bad memory, you can actually remember everything. Nothing comes without practice, and to implement anything, you definitely need to be consistent about it. Sometimes I really get lazy and I would think, this thing, I'll remember it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, when I finally remember it, that particular thing
is over.
Like an event. Maybe it starts at 9, it ends at 12. And then at 12:01, I will remember it and I'll be like, oh shit. To prevent that from happening, the first thing I'm going to tell you is to write things down. This is a no-brainer. It's very
intuitional.
Okay, say you don't have the habit of writing things down, so please go and make use of the calendar in your phone. If you're an adult, I'm sure you're already doing it. Once an event is confirmed, go put it down. In a previous video, I actually talked about how to be punctual, and one of the things that I've said is you set a notification. You need to factor in time to get dressed, to get to the place. So I will also set a notification the day before to remind everyone who didn't watch this video that there is an event happening tomorrow and we're supposed to meet. So a lot of times I'll be like, guys, we're meeting tomorrow, don't forget. Then they'll be like,
oh my god, I have forgotten.
This video is for you. Hi everyone. So actually this video has already been filmed when I was in Australia, but I left out a few things, so I'm just gonna add them in. About adding events or meetups into your calendar, right? What's great about Google Calendar is that you are able to add their email addresses into your event, and then they can choose to accept, or even if they didn't accept it, it will still kind of be in their calendars as a white color unconfirmed thing if they actually bother to open it, that is. Every time I do meetups with my friends now, I actually just invite them into my event. I really thought that was very, very helpful, and that's also one of the reasons why I choose Google Calendar. As I've said just now, for appointments, you can actually add into your calendar to make sure that you remember you have that thing going on. That is for if it's an event. So if you have a meetup, you have an event, you have something that takes a significant amount of time, then yes, that would be the way to go. The next thing that you can add into your Google Calendar is tasks. I'm assuming you use Google Calendar because that's what I use and it's free and there's lots of colors which I love. Google Calendar actually has another function which is to add tasks. It's very easy to use. I love it because it incorporates really well into my calendar. So you just add the task and then you can mark completed when you are done. So they will just cancel it out. Intuitive, right? There is also an option to completely remove it from your calendar when it's complete if you want to make it less cluttered. All of us, we have so many things that we need to do every day. So it really makes sense that we make use of some kind of list to ensure that we are getting our tasks done. And I don't want to forget. If you have read any productivity books, you know that there are so many people talking about 2-minute tasks. So 2-minute tasks are tasks that can be done in 2 minutes, like making a bed. Anything that takes less than 2 minutes to do, just do it straight away. I thought that was very helpful for me. Just do it immediately so you don't forget it later on. Cause I will forget. I guarantee you, if I don't put something in place to ensure that I don't forget it, I will forget it. Don't rely on your brain to remember things. 2-minute tasks are actually amazing because most of the time it's like a really small thing. Basically, anything that takes a really short time, just do it immediately and you know, it can be just crossed out of your mind. You just have to do it immediately. We all have 2 minutes. It's just a matter of whether you want to do it now or later. I'm trying to get over my procrastination mindset, so if I can get something done now, I'm trying to get on that, but that works maybe 50% of the time, so good luck to all of us. Okay, we'll get on to the next one, which is if you actually are very lazy and you are too lazy to even write or record the thing down, right? There is a little trick which works maybe 60% of the time, and that is like a pass. So say you want to remember to change the water filter when you get home and then you are out now. What you're gonna do is you're gonna say
out loud.
It doesn't work if it's in your mind, okay? So you have to say out loud,
I am going to change the water filter when I'm home.
Somehow, this will actually materialize the thing and your brain will be like, ah yes, I've heard this. You are more likely to remember that thing. Not to say it works 100% of the time, but I really realized if I actually verbalize saying that particular thing, because I'm so lazy to write or to record the thing, this will increase the probability, but if you still forget it, then I mean,
don't blame me, okay?
okay, I already said it works 60% of the time from like 40. That's a 20% increase. Yeah. Thank me instead, okay? Like this video. So I actually learned this from Atomic Habits, which is an amazing book. After I read it the first time, I just kept telling everyone and they are like,
How come you haven't gained any good habits?
yeah, I just have to recommend things, but
I don't really follow my own advice.
the next thing is to set an alarm. If you have watched my How to Be Punctual video, I talked about my Apple Watch, which I really love. As long as you have some kind of watch that can set a timer, this will work, okay? Say my mom asked me to turn off the stove in 5 minutes. What are you gonna do? You are going to set a timer for 5 minutes.
Let's face it, okay?
In that 5 minutes, your brain can be thinking of a lot of things. You are doing this, you are thinking what to do later,
Etc, etc.
in general, there's a very high chance you will just forget that in 5 minutes time, you will have to help your mom turn off the stove. And once it goes off, I will always be like, oh yeah.
I have totally forgotten.
So this will be a very good way to ensure that you don't miss doing something that is like a short time frame away, okay? So this is really just for later in the day kind of thing. If it's for another day, then set the task like I've said in the previous tip. Even if there is no timing, like say I want to turn off my charger so it won't overcharge, and I'm not very sure when it will be done, but I can say like roughly about 1.5 hours before it's fully charged. So I will set a timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. You get what I mean? You get what I mean, right? I think this is the best tip here, okay? So you know how to have some friends that you meet only a few times a year, and during those few times a year, you guys may exchange important events happening for each other. So for example, there is this person, Alex. I don't have a friend called Alex, so definitely I'm not talking about a real person, okay? I only meet Alex twice a year. And I told Alex, oh, you know,
I'm buying a house and it will be ready to move into in July of this year.
say I meet him in February of this year, and then the next time that I meet him is September. So I have already moved in my house, right? And then imagine when I meet him in September, Alex asks me again.
Oh, so what are your plans for buying a house?
Can you imagine if I'm the person, or if you are the person who is me, you will be like, oh my god, but I just told you. I mean, I've already moved in.
Friend?
And it's not even that long ago, it's like a few months ago. I definitely don't expect people to remember, just let them know again. But when people don't remember important things that you have already told them, you just feel kinda not as important to them. And that's not how I want my friends to feel. So every time I get like an important information, like say they changed their job, they just bought a house, they are getting married. All of these important events, I will write in a little notes app in my iPhone. Some of my friends actually know. So every time my friends say, oh, I changed job and I'm at, say like PUB now. So PUB is Public Utilities Board.
Water controlling whatever.
The next time that you meet them, your question can be,
How is PUB treating you? How are your colleagues? How are they?
when you actually follow up with questions rather than asking new questions, people just know that you care more. You know, you remember. Maybe think about who are important to you enough that you will make this effort for, because this is a lot of effort. Okay, in Singapore we have BTO, which is like a build to order flat. Basically, you and your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you guys are not married yet, but you guys are planning to get married. So long story cut short, you guys have to apply for a flat, like a public flat. Okay, then you will, what do you do? So you actually have to ballot for it. Say you got a flat already. They say, okay, now it's 2024. You get your house in 2027. This information, I will actually write it down. Alex is getting his house in 2027 at, say like, okay, anyway, I will not be constantly asking.
Oh, when are you getting a house?
What I can ask is follow-up questions.
Oh, are you guys really get married?
You don't have to keep telling me the same even though my memory is worse than all of you. I really appreciate when someone remembers something about me that other people have forgotten, okay? That will be all for the video, and I hope you have gained some things. And I really am trying to organize my life because I am quite an ADHD person. I've talked about it a few times that honestly I have quite strong ADHD tendencies. When I forget to do this, forget to do that, I feel my life is very disorganized, okay? My life is already a mess. I don't want my time management to be a mess also. I really hope these tips will help you to manage your time better. If you see your life in a more organized way, your brain can be freed up for more important things. And so I really hope you like this video. And if you like this video, remember to like. And also if you like me, subscribe. I have lots of tips. I hope the little tip where you remember your friends' lives can help to improve your relationship with your friends or become a better friend in general. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! As you can tell, my background is different. Hold on.